Kino. As always, Kino. Oh, it's time for another. It's patch day, everyone. Oh, God. I've been waiting for a goddamn update for so long. You know, I keep putting in my profile that I'm a part-time PNG tuber, full-time Final Fantasy XIV addict, but to be honest, I haven't played that much in the last few months. Like, I was playing it like day in, day out at the beginning of July when Dawntrail came out, but apart from that, I guess, you do the same content like day in, day out every week for a couple weeks, eventually you get burned out. But new update, so new story quests, new beast tribes, new alliance raid, a lot of stuff to look forward to. So, but where are my manners? My name is Leo Felice, and we're playing Final Fantasy XIV today. Because like I just said, new patch day. And I'm hoping, no, the model was working just fine before stream started. And now it's like completely slowing down. And then now it's normalized. Whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. As long as it's like... Who can say? It's odd. It's really, really odd. Wait, does it... Okay, when I'm not moving, it's fine. But if I move my character... Oh my... Okay, no. Alright, it just happens randomly. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just not gonna pay attention to that. Anyways. So... This stream will have spoilers for the Dawntrail main scenario quests, so if you haven't finished the Dawntrail MSQ, go ahead and feel free to zip out, because I'll be diving right into the 7.1 content, which will pretty much immediately spoil the ending of Dawntrail. So if you're still making your way through that, feel free to just come back at a later time when you do finish it. Otherwise, let's just get right into it. Let's see. Alright, we gotta go back to Yaktaral. We gotta go to Tuliolal. Let's see. Ah, that music. God, I love that music so much. Actually, this might be... Okay, this has got to be the Alliance raid quest. So I'll get back to that later. For now, we're just going to do MSQ. I don't know if we'll do the Alliance raid blind on today's stream. I might honestly run that with my FC off stream. But at the very least, I could probably get through the unlock quest line. But we'll see how long the MSQ quests take. These aren't usually terribly long, but we'll see. Let's see, a royal invitation. Old Warrook is eager to hear how you've been getting on. Ah, it's a pleasure as always, Leo. Have you been able to relax lately? Uh-huh. Wonderful. As busy as you've been, with the rite of succession among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuliolal at a more leisurely pace. Sampling the tacos at... I don't remember how to fucking pronounce that. Is one such way to do so. They're made the traditional way and laden with fillings, and are absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner, Brukevu, will look after you. Alright, new quest. Go eat tacos, I guess. I know the last time we tried to eat them, that motherfucker Bakul Jaja fucking stepped all over them. Keep in mind, this was before he attained, like, Tumblr sexy man status, and everyone started being down bad for him. Or maybe that was the start, I don't know. Either way, but cool Jaja, everyone is down bad. And I'm not gonna lie, would. Well, if it isn't Leo. Alone today, are you? Yeah. I see, I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, they're on the house. Consider it a token of gratitude for your help tracking down those treasures. Go ahead and find a table. I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready. Alright. Let's eat some big fat tacos. You still love tacos, I hope. Heh, you ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards. Remember that? No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Right, sorry. It's still strange for me, too. Just the other day, you were a little boy, clinging to your mother's skirt as you set off for Yasulani. And now you're a man grown with a face full of hair. Damn, that is... Oh, now we're already delving deep into the implications of Solution 9. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me. I mean, goddamn, that's gotta be fucking trippy. Relying. That feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had Electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. But here I'm helpless. A culinarian who can't even light the stove. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me. Gods, I'd never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd been told the tales, but it seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate... I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. Wait, you fucked? Oh no, it's Wuklamat! I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuliyolau. Vow Wuklamat! To aid folk like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There, you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. Oh, look who it is. I was just about to go and find you, Leo. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. Good work, Wuklamat. Now you just have to do that with every other citizen of Alexandria. Ah, the tacos here never disappoint. So, what have you been up to lately? I mean, I guess I've been making a name for myself at the Arcadian. You're fighting the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace, but whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way, I can better understand the problems they have, and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. I was on one such walk just now, and as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you. As Dawn servants, do you have time to come to the palace? Sure. Great, I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us once you've finished here. Alright, now we just gotta head back to the palace. You know, my eye keeps looking at how the model performance is. It's like every time I look, it turns to crap. Like right now it's fine, but every time I'm like focusing on the game and I just do a little cursory glance, I just see it go to shit. I'll just keep it. Who cares? I mean, I care, but I'm definitely looking forward to that upgrade I'm gonna make for my computer. That's right, because I've been thinking about upgrading my computer. At first, I was just gonna do like a brief like refresh of my CPU and GPU, because right now I have like an AM4 motherboard, so options of upgrading would be pretty limited on terms of the CPU front. But in terms of like being like the cheapest upgrade, CPU and GPU refresh is basically all I would need. But after giving it more thought, I figured, you know what? Screw it. Let me just go all out and just upgrade my PC, because it's been about... This PC's about almost 5 years old already, because I got all these parts in 2020. So I think I'm very much due for a refresh. Like, I think 4 to 5 years is a sweet spot for like the length of a PC, assuming you don't do upgrades along the way. Like, it's treated me well. Like, I don't have an urgent need, but actually no, I lied. I do have an urgent need. It's called Monster Hunter Wilds. So I'm looking forward to having a much beefier PC where hopefully running the game and the model won't cause the model to look like shit. Oh hey, it's Grahatia. And everyone else. Oh, you're all here too? Val Kona summoned us, though if truth be told, Alphino and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. He asked us to share our knowledge of Hannish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were of course happy to oblige him. Krile and I were likewise summoned, otherwise we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Tural. They're back on vacation. Y'shtola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You're like to be stuck with her for a while. As for Estinian, we know neither where he is nor what he's doing. Some things never change. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So, what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need. The matter for which I've summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Golulja and his administration have invited us to attend. Damn, it's not that often you get to attend the funeral of someone you killed, technically. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the queen be thus honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, that they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go, not only to be there for Golulja, but to put this chapter behind us. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wished to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. Yeah, I remember punching her stupid robot. That would be inappropriate. I mean, we did technically kill her. I mean, on one hand, you could argue whether she was alive in the first place, but... You know what? Let's be an asshole. Let's say that would be inappropriate. That would be inappropriate. Because of your role in her demise, I take it. But we had no choice. We had to stop her from killing countless innocents. I won't force you to attend the funeral if it makes you feel uncomfortable, but while I represent Tuliyola in an official capacity, I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything. Guess I can't say no. Alright. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was, to tell her people and others. So let us stand with you. Then it's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Golulja in the back room. I keep forgetting that that place is called the back room. Crossroads. You know, it'd be really funny if we go to this funeral and it just turns into like the Laura Palmer funeral from Twin Peaks, and like some citizen of Alexandria just jumps on top of like Sphene's casket as it gets lowered into the ground. Like, no, she can't be dead. And then just start crying. God. Alrighty. Solution 9. Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Ah, you came for the funeral. Of course. I'm the only one who will officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So, how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep's systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I've brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamati, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? I suppose, but I can only guess who's gonna have to deliver these fucking flowers. Spoiler, it's probably gonna be me. Graha, what do you gotta say about this? For the people to take it on themselves and organize and hold the funeral, it speaks to their enduring love for Sphene. The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading there now. We'll join you. There's a man I'd like to speak with, Gosan. He was apparently Sphene's aide and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. Damn, she had an aide? Yeah, I bet this guy isn't too happy. I bet when Sphene died, he's like, ah, yes, I get to run things now. And then he learns that this little kid is gonna run everything now. He's like, that little shit. Look at that giant crowd of people. Yeah, that looks like a stable individual. I could be wrong, though. Why, I'm Val Wuklamat of Tuliyolal. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sphene's funeral. We are honored, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Gosan, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administering affairs of state. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Ah, rest assured they are not a requirement. We're where your people do not use them. You see, people in the Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we are able. I see. Yet, regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Sphene. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. Proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It's hard to tell whether this mute button works or not. Wow, look at all these NPCs that are copy-pasted. Is anyone going to say anything?
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together.
Screw that hoe. Hate that bitch.
Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed.
God, they just get the... Like, I know, like, they're just copy-pasting, like, these models in the background, but they're getting a lot of mileage out of the Elizin guy in the back. I think it's because he's so tall that he just sticks out.
And let us keep our beloved queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
Good God, man, what is with that hair? Hey, where's your flower? Okay, good, he's just pulling it out of his ass. Good. Hey, who said they could put flowers on the aetheryte?
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
Shit, the kid has a point.
Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Duliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yorkhui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit.
Stupid depressed child.
As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody wants to give Zoralja a funeral. He killed like thousands of people. Pretty sure if we had a funeral for Zoralja, they would just like press F to spit on his grave. Well, it seems like the funeral went alright. I was honestly expecting, I don't know. I was expecting something to blow up. Hey, Galulja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shale searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamulja she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Excuse me. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Do you want to know your mother? Oh, fuck me. Gotta hydrate. I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again, and if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright, thank you everyone. Alright, Graha, what do we do? Assuming neither memories nor records of Galulja's mother remain, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups. Leo, if you could make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Alright, we gotta go to the outskirts. Alright. Who do I gotta talk to? Sorry, but I've never heard of a Mamulja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zoralja. You might have better luck talking to the people at Tonawawatan settlement of the north of Everkeep, in a place called Uewela. The resilient son won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, the chief's name was Kaniloka. It's taught me about Zoralja's devoted. Alright, where are the rest of these people? Ah, here we go. You're looking for a Mamulja woman? Oh, Galulja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zoralja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Toral Vidral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zoralja assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear of the king's feat in the past. Okay, if I was an NPC, where would I be? Right there. A Mamulja woman? Their people have never been a common sight around here. Why, last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Landsguard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliolal after their mission. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped here with the rest of us. Alright, back to Solution 9. Alright, things you never want to say. Oh boy, let's go to the back room. Proceed to the back room. Alright. Gululja has told me all. We've previously tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. Good thing I wrote down these notes. Ah, so you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So, Zoralja brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yasulani, among whom was a female Mamulja. His mission was to rid of the region of a Tural Vidral, and I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in which this place was resolved. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zoralja made regular visits. And if he required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. And if this Mamulja woman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come into contact and fuck. I see, but what could Zoralja have been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. In order to retrace Zoralja's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the King's direct order. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that's all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries are being made there, far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So, we'll be investigating the secret facility in Ueawata then. And this time, I want you to come along, Gululja. It's on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the Drift Downs. Alright, thank you, Shale. I'm lazy, so let's teleport. Oh shit, there's a hunt train. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Actually, what am I doing? Just teleport. Just teleport. Fuck. Actually, shit, hang on. If I'm gonna get sidetracked by a hunt train... Well, it's not full credit, but it's something. You gotta love the good old hunt trains. Even if it does make my computer kind of come to a crawl. And God, I don't want to even think about how the model's faring with all these. Oh God. Look at all these fuckers. Oh, we're moving. No more instances after this. Actually, did this train just start, or are we like a good way into? There we go. Full credit. Okay, looks like this is like the end of it. Perfect. I mean, I'll take any opportunity to participate in a hunt train, but there certainly didn't have enough time to... Holy shit, it's Gargooba! The living memory. Oh no, it's congested. That's right. I think there's no instances. So everyone is just shoved into this single instance of living memory. Turn on the lights. Okay, and then we teleport to Laynode Arrow for the next one. Okay, out, in, side. Out. She's dead. Oh wait, shit, we still got more. I guess this is this like a reverse train? Ah, fuck it, why not? I could use some more currency anyways. Okay, maybe Yaktel's the final one, actually. Shit. Ugh. Let's see, let me check the hunt Discord, see when this one started. Shit, where did I put the hunt Discord? Alright, I got my one hit in, let's see. Okay, it started at 12:35, so this has gotta be like the last one or the last couple. Oh, okay. Urkelpatch the last one. So I guess that just means that I only missed, like, a couple. last two in Urkelpacha, and then actually I gotta take a restroom break. Alright, last two. How am I on currency? Probably for the best. I'm nearly capped on my causality, or aesthetics. I keep calling it causality. That's the old shit from Endwalker. Aesthetic and heliometry. Alright, let's go kill it. Alright, let's go kill the wasp thing. Oh, I love hunt trains so much. There's just something about seeing hundreds of players just descend on a monster and just delete it out of existence. Alright, that's over and done with. Alright, now we get back to the outskirts, and I am going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, now we get back to the MSQ. See how far we can get. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful everyone. Alright, here we go. Dungeon time. Alright. Let's take a look. Okay, so Ueyawata Field Station. Before the dome appeared in the northern region of what's now Heritage Found, Tonawatan village was terrorized by a Toral Vidral. Zoraljal himself led the Landsguard in an effort to quell the beast's boundless fury. Yet, while the first promise returned in triumph, few know what became of the village and its people. In your search for clues as to the identity of Golulja's mother, you learn that Zoralja visited the region many times over the years. And it may be home to a secret research facility, and so you and yours attempt to retrace the King of Resolve's steps and unearth a buried past. Average item level 690. We should be good, I think. 7-Eleven, yeah, we're hella good. Alright. How bad are the queue times? Well, while we wait, let's see. Let's just grind out some fates. You should be set to healer. Have a tank. So I wonder if I have enough time to start the Beast Tribe quest line. I think that was in... Was it in Urkopacha? I don't remember. One way to find out. Might have been in... where could it be? Ah, there we go. There's a new Aetherite there. Have to attune to that first. And I might have to go back to Tuliyola to unlock that quest line. Yeah, we can get a new Aetherite here, but we can't get more in fucking As Is Law. God, I hate that so much. Alright. Back to Tuliyola. Oh, never mind. We're doing the dungeon. Alright, let's see what this dungeon is like. Damn. Oh hey, it's Galulja. Electro golems. Huh. Let's see, what's this tank's gear like? Oh yeah, they're good. I don't know why, but there's always something satisfying about these, like, post-main quest dungeons that are just really fun to play. Maybe it's just because you've reached, like, the respective level cap for that expansion, so you only have to worry about like, so gearing isn't nearly as much of an issue. Because at this point, it just becomes bigger number better. Oh, let's look at this motherfucker. Okay, what's this? Okay, it's, I'm assuming it's, oh. Okay. Oh. Shit. Electrope emerges from the ground. Alright, that could have been a lot worse. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I mean, I guess I'll greet it. Damn. What kind of research did they do? Not the first to conceive, transferring a beast soul into the body. Man. Okay, I could just reread that later, honestly. All this lore. Ah, yeah, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. Let's see. Okay. He wanted to read the lore. Greed. Greed. Ooh, I got something. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Okay, they're trying to figure out how to use the soul of those thingies. Inability of our bodies reverse. Purge a beast and infuse it. Okay, so purge a beast soul and put a person soul in it. Great. That ain't gonna go wrong. Also, what the fuck is that? Okay, that persists. That's great. Oh, this is despicable, man. Get. You fucker. Alright. Fuck. Okay, that one where you had to go to the corners is like super scummy. Holy crap. At least it gives you plenty of time. Fuck. Alright, there we go. This is better. This is better. Oh, fuck. Why did the tank just die? How did the tank absolutely get fucked? I didn't know what the fuck just happened to the tank, but that tank got absolutely wrecked. Damn, what kind of fucked shit is happening here? Sprightly mole. Stupid rock. more rocks. I'm only just now realizing that our tank's name is Lizzie Borden. And it is a fucking warrior. She's got the axe. Alright, here we go. What's the boss look like here? What's in this god-awful windstorm? Ew. Gross. Alright, Lizzie Borden. I think you can take it. Ooh, that white mage got fucked. What the fuck does that mean? Ow! Fuck, that's what that means. I see. So it starts and then it moves over and persists. Holy shit, that's a giant asshole. Oh, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta say, this is like the first time I've seen the fucking center of the arena get absolutely obliterated. I mean, it might have happened before, but I honestly can't think of it. Is it gonna come back? I don't think it's coming back. Damn. I believe. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Fucking move, man! Fuck yes. Fuck. 8% with a LB2? I don't think it's gonna happen. Fucking Christ. It was close, but damn. Okay, I should be able to avoid dying to that first one now. Because that first death, those first two deaths really fucked us at the start. If it hadn't happened, we might be able to make this. Stella VTuber, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Not much, just rating. Or yeah, sorry, I might not be too attentive because of the game right now. So apologies in advance if I can't read the chat. There goes the center again. Fuck me. Can this fucking tank learn to move? LB, please. You know what? Fine. You know what? Since you fucking asked for it. Wrong direction. There we go. Ooh, that was an interesting fight. Alright, what do we get? What do we have for loot? Ooh, a robe of healing. I mean, if I can get it, sure. Otherwise, I'm not gonna cry about it. Thank you, Lizzie Borden. You were great at killing that thing. Alright, we out of here. Alright, what's the deal with this thing?
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Vali Armanda.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject, though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
Ooh, echo time. Give me that lore flashback.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
God, look at this old fuck. And his stupid ass dyed hair. Oh my god, it's woman detected.
So, you've given him permission?
Teshalja, you will assist Kaniloka As one of the land's god's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project, or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power, but with no one to rely upon. We must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyollal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Ooh, she is down bad. It's a good point, first hour.
Satisfaction, and anything you desire.
I do claim to be a Final Fantasy 14 addict, but yeah, I've only streamed it like 2 or 3 times before this, and not really for an extended period of time. I think the main reason for that is just because I kind of got burnt out. Like, no doubt, it's definitely the inspiration for my model and for how I look. But it's definitely one of those games where it's like, I don't want to like focus too much on it for streaming because I still want to be able to enjoy it and do things at my own pace. But for major content releases like this, I definitely want to stream it. But yeah, that lady is down
That
super
which I seek
bad.
does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle.
Yeah, a new patch just dropped, so new story quests, a new raid, all that stuff.
But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
Are you all right?
Teishelja. Could she be my mother?
Well, she certainly seemed down bad enough to be.
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in the Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubigo women were trapped in the dome.
Oh.
That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kanaloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishelja there.
Yeah, we might learn something we don't want to learn too.
That's where we're going next then.
I wish I could see into the past like you, then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here, for a long time I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tuliyollal and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day, I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well. Let's see, skill speed. Now enter the station with a party of NPC avatars. Perfect. Trial is eager to begin searching the research facility. While we've discerned the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let us take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. You gotta love these man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. What do you gotta say, kid? What happened to the people here? Did they all leave, or did we already meet them? If that's the case, they're all fucking dead. To think that people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. Success was far from guaranteed, and even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zoralja so absolute? It won't open, and I don't think it'll yield to our shoulders either. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way and find the key. Alright, I need a verification key. Yeah, the crazy part is, like, it wasn't even like they just kidnapped people for these experiments. They legit just had volunteers. That's the crazy part. I was transferred to the station in order to train the villagers in the use of electrope technology. While a child can quickly learn to operate common contraptions, it'll be no easy thing for them to attain the requisite skill to develop new weapons. Ones which require no less than the manipulation of souls. Thankfully, two of my pupils demonstrated a great aptitude. The village chief and the chirurgeon. Further driven by their loyalty, their growth has been remarkable. They'll be able to carry out their duties. Just like the Aztecs, yeah, it's crazy what pure blind faith and devotion will cause people to do. Like, if I was in the situation, I'd be like, I'm sorry. I don't really feel like risking my soul and shoving it into a beast. That doesn't sound cool to me. That's a no. I wonder what MacLeod would make of this research into transferring souls. The researchers likely move between the upper and lower levels. Perhaps we can find a key among their belongings. It makes me angry to think about what they did here. Alright, another journal. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write good, yes? I am good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today bit off hand of feeder. Cannot help it, so strong. Hungry, always hungry. Cannot control. Eat, I must eat. Am eater, must eat. You find nothing that resembles a verification key. Oh, here we go. Open cabinet. Let's see, supplies, and found a verification key. Now let's run. You found the key. Great, I'll call the others. It seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go. So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Veli Garmanda. All the machinery appears to be still in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Galulja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. Damn, he's hard at work. With those little stubby arms of his. There's so much data, I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Tisholja. He's trying his best. I mean, most of the keyboard stuff should just be at the bottom, so that's all you really need. Ah, it brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Tisholja, Administrator of Experimental Treatments, Research Logs. This sounds good, doesn't it? Chances are the data's encrypted. Even if not, it'll take considerable time to go through it all. Then let us take us with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. Alright, I'll transfer it to this storage device I brought. Thank God for Zoomers understanding how to use technology. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us. And here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents, but first things first, let us deliver the data to Shale. Alright, back to Solution 9. Meanwhile, this guy's just dead over here. Alright, let's plug this USB and hope it doesn't blow up our computer. Welcome back. Galulja has already given me a storage device. There looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted, so I'll need time to process everything. In that case, Alice and I might take ourselves around the city and check in on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything you can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as I finish my work. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Alright, Geode, what do you gotta say? Alisay isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were dependent on the Sol system, but even they are unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tural, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolal. My brother's doing all he can to see the Jacques Tural Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go so as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I left for this visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To Shalawani Station, then. I'll make sure to keep Kona informed. Alright, Train Arc Part 2. Vow of Resolve, and Leo Felice to boot. What can I do for you? Or do you for? Damn it, I always hate when they do that. We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tural that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Ah, scratch the on his way. Hey yo, Aaronville, what's with the new fit? Damn. Did our little Bun Bun finally outgrow his old clothes? That is such a little shit thing to say. Stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I've chosen a different path. It was time for a change. Damn. Got that new drip, Aaronville. I like it. You're here about the railroad too? It was in my part for my sake that the original drawn blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lamati has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a matter of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of MacLeod. That is, the Ronik. Though the Hetsaro that follow them are none too pleased about their Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronik will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ronik's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd they're getting so close in the first place. The Ronik's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I'm not certain why, but I intend to ask the people for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hetsaro have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Huato. Watto? The rest of you can accompany us to the Hetsaro encampment if you like. Alrighty. Vow of resolve, vow of reason. I bid you welcome to our camp, but what brings you all the way to blah blah blah? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Jacques Tarel Railroad. Blah 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 blah. You too have noted the Ronik's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Shpeto, has been looking into this matter. Shpeto? Normally, we'd expect the Ronik to keep their favored grounds nearby for a while yet, and despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in either of these areas. Yet they refuse to keep where they usually would, pushing westward towards your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hetsaro would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hetsaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ronik as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I'm forced to assume. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stall keeper in Tuliola's markets, and that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamati came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Kona's had a hard life. Truly, I've never heard of the Ronik choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hetsaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps and I might better make excuses for their actions never much appealed to me. Even if it might help you better understand the Ronik's current behavior. Ooh. As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hetsaro may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn from one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Ronik and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We'd be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn of Hetsaro culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know whether I am, doing it correctly. Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Ronik, and we'll have a look around the plains, and perhaps, in the process, we'll find the answers we seek. The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. I'm not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth every effort. That's all we ask. Take these tools. Now, introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Let us meet back here later to share what we've learned. Alright. You're learning about the Hetsara way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrived at them myself. Our Hetsara provide us with something we use in medicines, poultices and soap to drive away pests and sustain our fires. What is it? Is it dung? Again? It sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. We discovered myriad uses for Ronic chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there's a need, our Hetso always provide. Oh, my chocobo's gone. Get back out here. This won't do. The wind will go right through it. And me without my needle and sinew. Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch up the covering now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Ronic hide they're made of is durable enough we generally needn't worry. I'm afraid I've finished my task for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Ronic are our Hetso, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Hetsara must also part with half of our number. You may think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years it's seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as people. This too is the wisdom of the Hetso. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Brush, brush, brush. Well done. You smell of the grass and the wind. Which is a good thing, I promise. You can nearly be mistaken for one of us. You even look the part. I have to wonder how Valcona is getting on. I assumed he'd be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Ah, there he is now. He looks so self-satisfied. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronic and ended up rather far afield. I found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how is your own work? Have you anything to share? Let's see. Their life revolves around the Ronic, but in turn they receive all they need. Yes, I feel the truth of this myself. While I was hesitant to leave my fate to the whims of the Hetso rather than tread man-made paths, I arrived where I was meant to be all the same. Mine is not the only way, though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronic, as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Tyrol, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today. I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hetso are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valkona. You're welcome among our herd anytime. Let's see. Kona appears loath to part from his Ronic companion. Kona, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetso. They nourish the Hitsaru as they grow, and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Ronic are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hitsaru would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronic's once favored grazing grounds. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Ronic, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Ceratopraptors, but they look to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Hitsaru would surely have put two and two together were the cause geological, I measured the area's ether to be certain. There is indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. A large animal, perhaps? And a powerful one, like as not. A predator, given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be a Turuhetsu. Turuhetsu. Ronic Reaver in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night is another evocative one. Ronic can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Turuhetsu. Their scales are as tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one's so far from home and its pack both. In any case, I believe the source of the Ronic's consternation is clear, as is our next move. We must drive away this Reaver, as they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Never fear. We will make certain that the beast threatens you no more. Alright, let's go get the son of a bitch. The Ronic Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We cannot allow it to roam unchecked. But it won't do for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations. And if others returning from across the plain have spotted it, they may be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found. Alright. Let's go. Solo instance.
Oduruhetsu is coming this way!
Oh, hey, it's coming to us. Perfect. Let's kill it.
It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
Oh, that's where they're all at.
There they are!
Where's the beast?
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
Get out of here.
That herd should be alright. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind. There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
Oh no, they're being attacked by the heck yeah. Yeah, heck yeah.
In a panic was clearly an understatement. More are coming!
Not the alpha alligator. Why couldn't we fight the beta alligator?
All or nothing, then.
Man, just look at Erenville just standing over there. Hurry up and learn a combat job, Erenville. Become Beastmaster or something.
For the father, at least.
Ugh.
But where's...
That's a huge bitch.
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
There! That one there! Not so fast!
No, not the glasses. He can't see without his glasses.
Even should it cost me my life. I will save the head soul!
Kona! Are you alright?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer! You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
Damn, this thing's got hands.
Damn it! Not even a scratch!
Buy me some time to think, will you? It must have a weakness, and I will find it.
Damn, I can't believe this thing is stronger than fucking Sphene.
Keep it busy. I need time.
Right! Go for the legs!
Come on, leg, go down. Shit, I went too early, damn.
Now we just have to keep it pinned. Thinking, Kona.
A protective current of ether. Whence does it flow? I got it!
Oh, he's got the big gun.
Down to the chest and you're done for. That's them the flow of protective ether.
Oh, Yamamama, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, now look at this thing. It's lost its fucking plot armor. Now it's gonna die. This thing is gonna get so fucking wrecked.
Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Yeah, sorry. I'll have to look at the chat as soon as I'm done with this fight. This could take a sec.
We must disperse that ether ere the river recovers it. Right on the mark.
This is going to hurt.
And this thing is dead. Rip Bozo.
We did it. The Etso, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetzo.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for a couple... Let me think. When did I start playing it? I think I want to say at least 2 years, maybe a little more than that on a different character. I played this for a pretty good chunk of time.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeni Hetta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeni Hetta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe.
My god, it all connects.
Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
Damn, people wanted Zoralja backstory, and all we got is Kona backstory.
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family. even after they were gone. And now that I am done, servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Well, I think my game just crashed. Uh-oh. Whoa, okay, there you go. Let's see. Okay, let us return to the attention of the matter we've come to address, shall we? We've removed the root cause of the Ronique strength from their favored grazing and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than the traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Alright, so Yamamama, see my rules about like the self-promotion? Alrighty. There. You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it? So, the Ronique were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are. And Valcona's not too bad himself. What with his whistle idea. Sit tight. We'll have this train on the tracks before you know it. Yes, I will sit tight.
We're ready to go.
Whoa! She looks as good as new.
Yeah, now we're not gonna blow it up this time.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliyola. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel. And we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
That's pretty sparse clapping for basically revitalizing this
If
train.
we're done talking, let's put this train through her paces.
Choo choo. You got to get off the fucking track.
There's a Ronak up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
Oh hell no, I don't want to hear that shit.
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
Mission success.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
Hell yeah. First Shaluani, and then the continent. Watch out, Jacques Tural, here we come. I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operations. Time to get back to it. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle the matters in Alexandria, Lamati. Alright. Well, final quest. Here we go. Crossroads. Never one to stand still. Wu Klamat is ready to race back to Alexandria. Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do you have her working on? Galulja's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. Oh yeah, he's still got his own shit to deal with. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Kafwa we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. Kafkiwa. I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Aw, he's even got the little charm on him, on his backpack. That's cute. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny kakiwa? What? No. It's merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it as good a souvenir as any. Whatever you say. For what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Yes. Well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? Thought I might join you for a time. See if there's aught I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way. Alright, we're gonna go back to the back room. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, so I'll be right back. Alrighty. Let's see if we can bring this to a close here. Alright. Let's see if there are any huge revelations left to hear. I want more stuff about Zoralja. I need to know how he fucked. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus is the railroad back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale is nearly finished processing the data. She'll be able to share her findings with us eminently. Oh hey, it's Y'shtola. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Why, Y'shtola, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate in the Skydeep cenote for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once we're finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishulja herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
Several audio files will now play in sequence. Damn, they really should have just made that a pop-up before this cutscene, just as a joke.
My name is Taishulja, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose.
Mother?
Officially I was a Chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuyolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him.
Damn, she's kind of got some Yandere vibes going on.
His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today, it should have been today. A new beginning, what I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
I'm not paying child support.
No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family.
Galulja's had a hard life.
Kaniluka shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine, Lamachi. Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Well, Y'shtola, are you happy you barged in on this one moment? It's better to know. Profound response for one so young. Though I wish he didn't have to be. Galulja is indeed wise beyond his years. Yet one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Galulja. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I'm ready to head to Living Memory when you are. I'm planning to be thorough, so we'll need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. A word before you leave. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back. Yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. What? When we spoke before, you said many from Tuliyola were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let's start at Lay Node 9. Well, who knows? Maybe there may be a riot's gonna happen or something. I mean, what could go wrong at this point? Things have been going a little too smoothly so far. There may still be people gathering in Praxis Park. Let's try there first.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
Oh shit.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
Oh, that...
It was a hunter, all right. And a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Ah, I see. Now they're all freaking... Now they're all really contending with their mortality.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zaraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
Yo. I thought you'd... Why won't you die?
What?
Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do.
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
I don't understand. Sphene is gone. Forever. You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty?
Uh-oh.
What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria. Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty.
Somehow, Fiend returns.
Terrible memories of the departed. This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution. All of us shall be made endless.
Oh, hell.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells.
Oh, Jessica Berry, thank you for the follow.
This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like. Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not?
Things are going good. I'm about to probably end the stream soon once this quest ends.
And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all.
Ah. These black regulars are nothing but trouble.
One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us?
Oh, damn. Battle Royale. Damn, Wuklamot.
The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Ooh, everyone disliked that.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
Ugh, a creepy smile. Well, that's one way to end this. That's a hell of a stinger for the next patch. Damn. And we should have seen this coming with that regulator going online at the end of the last patch. We only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about neo-regulators was received with utmost clarity. It couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the Meso terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, 'tis no surprise they would choose to believe she's alive. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. 'Tis as if their memories have been erased. Given that the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the regulators, but by whose design? Someone smart enough to play at being the Queen of Reason. In that guise, even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. While I agree wholeheartedly we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have, we must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Give me that crit. Meanwhile, in living memory... Huh.
Where am I? My people?
Are you kidding me?
Are they safe?
Why won't you die?
Why am I...
In fear of death, the people turn to Queen Reborn, their fates to learn. Well, that's a lot of questions. That certainly won't get answered until the next patch in 7.2. Damn. Well, now there's a clear hook on that'll keep me coming back, that's for certain. Anyways, I'm thinking that I still gotta do like the Alliance raid quest and some of the Beast Tribe stuff, but I think I'll probably just do that off stream. And I think this is probably a good point for me to call it. So I'm going to end the stream for now. So yeah, thank you all for anyone who came into the chat and just stuck around for a bit, no matter how long. Let's see. Who can I... Is there anyone I can raid into right now? Oh, hey, Mana Song is live. I guess I can raid him. Yeah, we could do that. Anyways, that'll be it for today's stream. Thank you for joining me. The only thing I have scheduled out for tomorrow is that tomorrow I'll be playing Star Wars Dark Forces at 6 o'clock. And then I don't have anything scheduled for the rest of the week due to work commitments, but keep an eye on my Twitter. If I put out any tweets indicating a Gorilla stream, it will be there. Otherwise, hit the follow button so you can get notifications when I go live. Otherwise, that'll be it for today. Thank you all for joining me. Have a good day, everyone. Stick around while we raid into Mana Song writing. Have a good day, everyone.